So in this video we're going to talk about break, continue and pass in Python. So these are basically used to control the flow of loops. So the loops can be for loop or this can be while loop. Like an example, suppose we have one for loop for x in range. So suppose we have the range 10. Now the for loop will run from 0 to 9. Now we can use those break, continue and pass and we can control the flow of this loop. So inside the for loop we can use one condition. So whenever the value of x is 5, then we can use the break. So whenever the value of x is equal to 5, then the break will execute and it will break the for loop. That means the control will go out of the loop. If we use the continue, so the continue, so whenever the value of x equals 5, then the continue will execute and the control will skip the below code and it will directly go to the next iteration. And also we can use the pass inside one loop. So the pass basically does nothing when executed. So the pass is basically used as a placeholder. So first of all, let's just see one example program of break. So suppose we have one list of numbers. Now we have one loop that will loop through that list of number. And suppose we are searching for a number from the list. So here basically we can put one condition. So if the number is equal to the number, like we are looking for 4. So when the number equals 4, so then we can just print that we found the number and then we can just print the number. So when we are done with finding the number, then it's not necessary to continue the loop. So in that case we can simply use the break. So the break will basically break the entire loop and the control will go out of the for loop, and the break will only execute when the if statement is true. So whenever we found the number, then we're gonna print the number is found and then we're just gonna break out of this for loop. So here you can see we found the number 4. So this can be one possible use case of the break. So let's now see one example program of continue statement. So suppose we have one name like Python and you can see there are multiple spaces in the string. Now we can use the loop and we can remove all of those spaces. So we can use the for loop and we can get all the individual character from the string. And now we can use one condition. So whenever we encounter one empty string, then we're basically going to continue. That means the control will continue with the next iteration, and under that we can have our print statement. So we're gonna print the character. So basically whenever we found one empty space in the string, we are going to continue to the next iteration and we're not going to print the space. That's what we are doing. Now to print all of the character on the same line, we can just use the end. So you can see initially the Python was so many space in that string. Now you can see all the spaces are removed. So let's now see one example program of pass. So as we know, pass is basically used as a placeholder. So suppose we have a variable of age of 25. Now here we can use the if. So if the age is greater than 18, then we can do something. So we can use pass as a placeholder and then we can have the else part. And here we can print you are not above 18. So here the pass is basically used as a placeholder. So if we do not use the pass inside the if statement, this will throw error. So if we remove that, you can see it is throwing error because the if must have some logic inside that. So as a placeholder we can use the pass. Now at a later point in time we can add that code inside the if block. So the pass is really helpful to place any kind of future logic. So this is the way we can use pass, continue and break keywords in Python, and we can use them to control the flow of one loop. So hope you understand the concept. See you in the next one. Take care.